And then maybe just to drill down a little bit more, in terms of who gets to select the elected representatives. I mean, the no side has been talking about party favorites being elected. So if you could maybe comment on that sort of challenge, and also the issue of closed lists and open lists.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think the no side is a little reluctant to admit this, but parties have nominations under the current voting system. Party members control who their candidates are. The public gets to vote for who their local representative is, but it's after political parties have played that function. So this idea to create a sharp distinction between the current voting system on this issue around party selection of candidates and a new system, there really isn't much of one. And I think that, you know, I know that Mr. Wilkinson has made a big deal about how it's horrible that British Columbia might join the mainstream of parliamentary democracies around the world by even considering proportional representation. And I know that the opponents of this referendum have tried to use the court system to stop British Columbians from even having a vote. And they're making all kinds of arguments that they should be able to spend unlimited money, that corporate money should be a feature in BC politics again. That is really, really out of step with where I think British Columbians are. And I would add, in the case of Mr. Wilkinson, if he really believes that first past the post should be completely unamended and never altered, why did his party, when they selected him as leader, not use first past the post? If they had, Diane Watts would be the leader of the BC Liberal Party, not him.
Right. Very good point. And the issue of closed and open lists, because that is something that I know people who are out there doing the educational work around pro-rep are being questioned on.
Yeah. Well, I favor voters having the maximum control and choice over who their local representatives are. So, you know, I think that's an important principle that should be in any new voting system. And you know, and I think there's improvements that could have been made or long overdue under the current system. And this gives us an opportunity to modernize democracy in so many ways. And it comes after a time where we have cleaned up big money in BC politics. I think it's now time to look at how we make Parliament itself more responsive and more reflective of British Columbia's diverse regions and you know, the perspectives that we have out there, have in our province.
So you'd support open lists?
I think that's the better way to go. I think anything that maximizes the voters' choice and transparency about who they want elected and who they want to represent them is a good thing.
Good.